Hey guys, welcome to week 8. So this is our midterm week, and that's really going to be our only order of business for the week. So the first half of the week I want you to study, and the midterm is going to be available on Thursday. I'm not making it available any earlier than that because I found that if I make it available Monday, a bunch of students will just take it Monday and not study, and then end up with a bad grade and sort of wish they had taken the week to study. So I'm sort of forcing you guys to at least take the first half of the week to study, and I'm not making the midterm available until Thursday. So how do I think you should study? Well, I think the best way to study is to go back and review the chapter 1 through 3 homework and the chapter 4 through 5 homework. The midterm is going to be very similar in length, so it's going to be 10 questions, and the homework questions are going to be almost identical to what the midterm questions are going to be. So the best way to study, for sure, is to go look at the old homeworks, chapter 1 through 3 and chapter 4 through 5, and when you go and look at them, you'll be able to see solutions to every problem. So if you go back into the homeworks, you'll be able to see the questions, you'll be able to see the answers you put, and you'll be able to see the correct answers and a detailed solution. You're allowed to print that stuff out, and so I would have all that stuff printed out and sort of ready to go for while I'm taking the midterm, or at least have it handy and available when I'm taking the midterm. If you have trouble printing it out, you should at least be able to print out the questions, and then you could write down the solutions in pen or pencil on the paper if you have trouble printing out the solutions. I've never tried to print them out, so I'm not 100% sure that the solutions are printable, but I'm fairly certain that they are. Another way to study is to kind of go back to the discussion questions and look at the feedback. Just to make sure that you're not missing any major points, because if you're way off on one of those questions, I'll put it in the feedback. And so you could go back and just make sure that you weren't, way off on some major important topic that I've put in the discussion questions. But primarily, the homework is where you guys are going to go for studying. So lastly, this is an open book, open note exam. It's not cheating to use the old homeworks or to look at the book while you're taking it. I'm expecting you to do it. And so the test is written, so the questions are a little bit harder than they would be maybe in my face-to-face class. They're going to be just like the homework questions, no more difficult than that. But the reason that they're that level of difficulty is because I'm expecting you to use your book and use your notes from the old homeworks. So that's really it. I wish you the best of luck. The midterm will be available on Thursday, and it's going to be due by Sunday evening. And the last thing I need to mention about it is you have to complete the midterm in one sitting, and you only have one attempt. So just like the homeworks had 3 attempts, but you had to kind of do it in one sitting, this one is 1 attempt only. So you don't get to kind of think about it and go back and change your answers like you did with the homework. You kind of, once you sit down, that's it. You've got to take the entire exam in one sitting. Once you press submit, your score is final, and that's the way it goes. So please, please make sure that you are 100% prepared to take the midterm when you begin, because you really only have one unlimited time amount setting, but an unlimited time, but it's got to be completed in one sitting. You can't just kind of start it one night and then leave it going and pick it back up the next day. All right, best of luck to you guys. I'll see you next week.